Hello, fellow Long Hop Cricket podcast listeners. We come to you today with the sad news that Alistair Cook will never play for England ever again. He will never don the whites with the 3 lions on the shirt ever again.
Paul Collingwood will never don any whites. He's completely retired.
Yeah, but no one cares about that, do they?
That's a bigger travesty to cricket.
We now, not only do we not have a number 4, 5, 3, 2, we don't even have a 1. Welcome to the Long Hop Cricket podcast.
We have Pickford.
Today,
He's our number 1.
We will be covering the 5th, the final, and all 5 days of the England versus India 5th Test match. The deciding Test match. It's not deciding. The last Test match of the series and of the summer.
What? I know.
Bit depressing, but
yeah, especially now
there we
Cookie's
go.
gone.
But England won. Up to England.
4-1.
Just in case you don't want to listen to the whole podcast.
Neither of us prepared for 4-1, did we?
I think that was my prediction.
You said like 4-0 India.
Sorry?
I said 3-1 England.
Shut up.
So I'm the closest.
No, you didn't. Okay, let's get into it.
You said the
good game in the end. I mean,
you said weather would get in the way.
Did a bit,
but we still smashed India every opportunity.
Do you have any cricketing news, mate, or do you just want to get straight
well,
into
Collingwood retired. That's cricketing world
I
is in
saw,
mourning at the moment.
I saw a thing of all his stats, like career stats.
Yeah,
looked awful.
But better test average than Andrew Strays.
Should we get into the game?
Should we talk about that?
Should we get into the game?
Nah.
When do you think James Anderson's going to retire?
I was thinking this after the Ashes in the next summer.
Oh dear,
That's going to be a sad day, isn't it?
What are we going to do?
You're going to have to just bowl that really Overton. Well, we'll see you next week.
Okay, right, come on. Into the game. Who won the toss, mate? That's what I want to know.
This is a big game between England versus India. You get me, though.
Where was it?
Somewhere.
It was in England somewhere. I know that.
Was that the good old Kia Oval?
The Kia Oval, which is in London.
I've driven past the Kia Oval. It is huge.
It started at 11 o'clock.
It's right next to a road, so the ball could definitely hit a car.
Yeah, I know. That's not good, is it?
Always thought that when I used to drive past. Always thought the ball could happen.
Me. Would you be annoyed?
And was the Kia Oval the one in the Ashes where you get money for hitting that? It was. There's a sign that you'd get money if you hit it with the ball.
What, the players?
Yeah. You hit a 6 and hit it.
Why does anyone care about that?
It's banter, innit? Anyway, let's have a look at teams, shall we?
Yeah, well, England won the toss and they decided to bat, but let's look at the sides. England first?
Yeah. So Moeen Ali comes in at number 3 this time. We saw him bat number 3 in the second innings of the last game, but he will bat 3 in the 5th test. Positive move?
Yeah, I don't mind him batting 3. We said if he's going to be in the England team, he needs to be in the top 4 or 5. So 3's fine.
And we see no real change with the bowlers. Curran, Rash, Broady and Jimmy. Curran seems to have got that spot now. Wokes is injured, I think. And they haven't thought about dropping Rashid for another batsman, even though they will never bowl.
Yeah.
There was changes made to the India side, though. We saw Ashwin out. Ashwin was injured, but then I don't think they were too happy with Ashwin anyway. And Jadeja comes in.
Yeah.
Jadeja is the coolest looking cricketer. He looks like a pirate.
Yeah, he does look a bit like
He's
a pirate.
The coolest looking cricketer.
And I'm surprised he doesn't get picked more often. I'm a fan.
Jadeja is cool.
Yeah.
That moustache and that he's got nice hair as well and tattoos. Man's basically just a walking Beckham.
He just knows what he's doing.
He's the cricketing Beckham.
And he bowls
Virat Kohli thinks he's cool because he does those watch adverts. Jadeja, mate.
Mate, Virat Kohli thinks he's cool because he tries to copy Sachin Tendulkar with his bat, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get on to it.
If I had a bat, I'd have Emma Stoney's Reebok bat. You know, the black with the white Reebok. The RBK on it.
What, the one that Oh, right.
You know which one, don't you?
Yeah, that's not nice.
No, it is.
Oh, no, that's a bad choice.
If I was an international batsman, I would go out without any stickers. I'd be like, I don't need sponsorship.
I think you make a lot of money from it, though. Like,
Man, I would be like, not worth it. I'm not selling out. But
I don't think it counts as selling out.
it does, because I'll be like, my stats will do my talking, not my bat sponsorship.
What would you do with your pads? Make your own?
What I would do is I would
Put tape on it.
You know when you watch like TV programs or like, and they have to like stick a massive sticker on like the Apple logo on a laptop.
Just like when an England player uses their helmet for their counter.
Yeah.
Just smash a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd just tape the whole thing up. I'm a bat.
Oh, you
You don't see tape on bats anymore, do you?
Well, yeah, you do, but they make the fiberglass tape from now.
Yeah, it's clear.
You don't
now,
see
isn't it?
the electronic
the
wiring
electric, yeah.
tape stuff on it because it looks ridiculous.
Shame, because that added real character to the game.
Okay, should we get on with the?
Yeah,
and India have Bumrah, don't they? They were saying they wanted him.
They've had him for
People
a while.
have been, but weren't people complaining for a few Test matches that he's injured and should be playing?
Yeah, but he's been played for the last couple of games at least. You're just picking things out now. Anyway,
that's the point.
England's first innings make a 332.
They do, and Alistair Cook walks out there for all we knew his last innings for England. Potentially could have been.
What's the deal then here?
What do you mean?
Well, Cook does well, really well.
Yeah,
in this Test match.
He just decides he's got to make runs.
I was thinking about this, right? Obviously, it's a massive mental effort because he did come out and say, "Do you know what? I wasn't going to fail this. I needed the score. I really needed the score." How mentally tired, Jack? I know he's very strong and whatnot, but that must have been like a real tough day.
Nah.
Couple of days. No, you think he's fresh as a daisy?
No, I think it's easier.
Pressure's off.
Yeah.
But he wants the guy who scored.
Yeah, he wants to do well, but he's no longer battling for his place. He's already given it up. It's like a couple of free innings.
Beckham never retired from international football. Just let that linger with the fans out there.
Okay. But I don't think it was like some massive pressure. He'll have wanted to, and he probably valued his wicket higher than he normally does. But I think it works because it just releases the pressure. He goes, do you know what? It doesn't actually matter anymore if I score runs because I've already told him I'm leaving. So goes out there and it just helps. It's just natural. Release the pressure. He goes out and starts scoring runs.
So is that like, you know, when you're at an event and you're like, oh, I've got to get going soon. So you know the next 5 minutes, the pressure's off. You don't have to.
What are you talking about?
You know when you're like you're at somewhere, right? And you're kind of like building up the courage to say, I gotta go.
Right.
I like an event, like a party or like somewhere you don't want to be.
Okay.
And you're like, and you look at it, you're like, oh, is that the time? Or I better be going in a minute. And you just know that you're in then. This is the way out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
How does this relate at all to
Because,
Alistair Cook?
There's not that pressure to be like, yeah, I've got to be socially good. You can just be like, do you know what, mate? I'm going in a minute. I don't care.
Why does that mean then? What's that got to do with then scoring runs?
Just means that you can just live the best life for those next few minutes.
What? That's a terrible thing. Right.
Let's guess the scores.
Right. Alistair Cook, when he scored 71
of 190 balls.
He batted for 260 something minutes.
That's so weird, Owen. If
I know, it's so good, isn't it, that you've just discovered that?
So we get how many minutes, Owen?
He batted for 265 minutes, and he scored 8 fours, no sixes though.
The strike rate at 37.37.
This has made the podcast a lot better.
Jennings running out of time. Makes a
start. He is dog.
23.
Can we talk about Jennings?
Should we talk about him? We'll talk about him towards the end.
Can we talk about him now?
Well, if you want to, go on then.
I don't. He still looks terrible.
Yeah.
Why did they bring him back? Because he scored 100?
Well, I had no idea.
You do, because you're all the one that was all up and on him about it.
No, I was
all about it. You were. He's like, he's scoring in the county game, and if you're scoring in the county game, you've got to get picked. And Stoneman is rubbish. So we got to go with Keaton Jennings.
Never said we were going to go
And
with
then
Keaton
he's
Jennings.
come out and he's like, oh, which way do I face? And then just, it's like, well, when do I play a shot? And just gets hit in front. Doesn't know what to do.
I've never ever called for Keaton Jennings to get back in the team.
You're such a liar.
I called for Sloman to get out of the team.
You're such a liar.
I called for Cook to get out of the team.
Keaton Jennings with a 23. Took him a big 99 minutes to do that.
If we have a look at Moeen Ali, he was beaten many a time outside his off stump. But
Gets a 50.
of 170 balls, a real dogged effort there.
He gets a 50, batting in the position he should be batting in.
It was a kind of a dirty 50.
But if you look at that top...
Like it wasn't your traditional
But if you look,
David Gower.
look at your top three...
Yeah, that's enough runs there, isn't it?
That's not...
That's enough.
100 for 4.
No,
100
it's not.
for 5. Do you know what I mean?
And
that's fine.
That's because Cook just pulled the socks up once in a while, isn't
Cook got 71, 23 and a 50. Oh, that's a nice little start.
Is Cook better than Bradman? I think he is.
What? I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Well, when we're doing it.
I'm not going to answer that question. Joe Root comes in, shows his class.
Didn't remember Bradman could have got an average of over 100, but he
God.
didn't. And everyone laughed.
Do you know how many runs he needed?
This is a lie. You're going to say it's at like 13 or something.
Do you know how many runs he needed in his last innings? Do you know?
No.
4.
What?
And he didn't know it was his last innings.
He needed to be a 4 not out.
He needed 4.
You need 4.
He needed 4 runs.
So if he got 5 and got out, you'd have got an average of 100.
Yeah.
Impossible.
No, not impossible. Trust me, bro. Look it up.
But
Get on your little Google.
mathematically, if he would have got anything lower than 99, it would have brought his average down. If he got out for it.
He needed 4. Look it up.
He needed 4 not out.
Go and have a look. He needed 4 runs.
No, let's talk this through.
I know he needed 4 runs.
Mathematically, it's impossible.
Okay.
It was also impossible for me to get a first at uni, but I did it.
You actually said it was impossible for you to get a 2-1. You never mentioned anything about the first.
Very true. Very true.
You just skipped it. I don't know how that works quite.
I don't know what people need to know about my time.
You like to boast about it, but that's all right. That's all right. You know, I mean, it was in like an arts one. It wasn't a proper one.
Listen, it's mid the podcast better.
That's well.
I'm picking up my toenails.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
gross.
guys. Sorry, you guys at home.
Right. Joe Root, he gets a duck.
Bairstow joins him on the Quacker Brigade.
But he got a better one, didn't he? Why are you turning it that way? We can't see the good stuff.
So Root and Bairstow out. So by the time...
It's like, look at the top 3. You're like, oh, doing quite well there. And Root and Bairstow are like, I know how to fix this.
So when the time that Root does finally go, when Root gets out, 130 feet, 3 for 3. You know Bairstow goes in the next over, but you know that is a good start. Those two getting the Ducks sees England 134 for 4. And
They just drag it back to where it should be for England, don't they?
And then Stokes comes in, gets 11. But Butler makes it at 89, gets out, as the last one.
Butler's in some form, isn't he? He's been in form this summer since he's come back.
If I'm going to put my head on the line, I would say, apart from Virat Kohli, obviously, Butler's been the best player of the summer.
Best batsman for England, definitely.
Has he been better than the bowlers?
Don't know.
Jimmy's had a good.
Yeah.
Curran's had a
comfortably best batsman, I would say.
Works scored 100. Butler scored 100, doesn't he?
Butler's been very good, and a weird selection, but it's worked out.
89 for Butler, and again it's the lower middle order that fires, and then the tail fire with Broad making 38, Rashid 15, and it gets England to 332 all out. And instead of, at one point, England were looking at 214 for 8 when Rashid got out.
Yeah.
So,
Done
again,
very
it's one of those last...
Butler with the tail.
Yeah, those last couple of wicket
Broad
partnerships.
decided he might actually try and got a 38. And then Anderson with a big not out.
Well, Jimmy knows how to... 35 extras.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
330...
Oh, 26 buys.
Ooh,
Wow,
26
how's
buys.
what?
Oh, no, it's because it was swinging, wasn't it? And
What?
the thing
26 buys?
Yeah, the thing is, though, you know when it swings, when it goes past the batsman?
Yeah, but...
It's not counted. They can't be counted as a...
How many overs were bowled?
The umpire doesn't count him as a wide, does he? Because it's already gone past the batsman. The batsman could have played at it.
Yeah, but it never swings that much past the batsman, does it?
Yeah, it does.
It swings a bit. It doesn't swing so far the keeper can't get to it.
No, I think Panty Wanty's a good keeper.
That seems a lot
He's
to me.
He's not actually. He starts on the wrong foot, doesn't he? Anyway, let's start going technical. Let's start going India batting. India, in their first innings, need to get to at least on par with England's 332. What do you reckon about that as a first innings total? Pretty good.
It's all right. It's okay. It's not like putting England in a strong position, but it's not putting you in a weak one.
I think you'd rather have those runs on the board, wouldn't you, going into the second
Yeah,
innings?
you'd rather be England, I think.
Yeah. India make a 292 not out, so they're about 40 they're exactly 40 runs behind. We see Rahul coming out, hitting it a little bit to start with, starting to play his shots, makes 37. Darwin, who hasn't been able to buy a run this summer, 3. Pujara, who's had a fairly good series on all accounts, 37. Kohli, 49. When you're thinking when Kohli gets out, you're thinking there could be problems ahead.
It's once Kohli gets out, then Rahane gets out straight away after. And you think,
so when
in the series, India have had a tendency that they can go once.
When Rahane goes, it's 103 for 4. You're hoping 200 the most,
Yeah,
aren't you?
thinking we
Really?
could-
But the new player Vihari, who I certainly didn't know anything about. I think he averages over 60 in
Oh, right. Okay.
4-day cricket in
Right.
India. Fantastic average, I think. Makes 56. And then Jadeja comes in and makes 86 not out. Guess how many times Jadeja has scored a triple hundred, Owen?
A triple 100?
In first class cricket.
3 times?
3 times, yeah.
Jesus.
That's a lot of
That's
runs.
amazing.
That's more runs than
What?
Jennings probably has ever made.
A triple 100?
Yeah, he's made 3 triple tons in first class cricket.
That's insane.
I think so has Vijay. No, I might have said his name wrong. Vihari. So has Vihari.
Oh, fair play.
So they.
I'm a massive Jadeja fan.
I said that.
86 as well. He's helping his team out there. They're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and I think he actually batted properly as well. He wasn't just trying to slug all the balls. Okay, towards the end, he needed to take control of the tail. But
Yeah, 86 off 156 balls. It's reasonably quick.
but it's not. He's not slugging it.
No, he's playing 1-6.
Jadeja is a good player. I think India are blessed with both having Jadeja and Ashwin, especially if they're both on song. They will both be able to bat and bowl.
Yeah.
Vihari looks a good player, looks a patient player, looks like he could have a successful time in the Indian team. And you got to expect he will be in there on the next Test series, along with probably Jadeja.
After Jadeja gets out, there's not much after that. Is
Well,
there?
those guys.
Yeah. Sharma, Shami, and Bumrah get 5 between them.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely zonko.
Anderson picks up 2, so Anderson
He's a beast, isn't he?
couldn't quite
What are we going to do?
go quite past Glenn McGrath's record in the first innings. Broad picks up the 1, Stokesy the 2, Curran the 1, Moeen the 2, Rashid the 1. Do you want to talk about spinners?
We can do, mate. I don't know what we're going to say that we haven't already said before. Everyone knows. I don't. It's interesting because I was speaking to people who I play cricket with, And they love it. They think Mo and Ali's brilliant.
They
think he's brilliant.
I think Mo and Ali's a very good bowler at home. No, I think if you look at his home record, it's very good, right? He's bowled well in the games he has played this series. If you take him, I think our next tour is Sri Lanka. Don't think it's going to be the same. He won't bowl nearly as well as he's bowled in home conditions. And that's what worries me, that people are thinking to take Rashid out or to take another spinner out of the team. Or that's number one spinning spot, if you like, out of the team for another batsman. Then we're just back at square one with the spinning.
Rashid, I think, has started... he does well in ODIs, doesn't he? And he bowls loads of variations there. And I think he's started to do that in test matches, bowl more variation. And I think he is bowling a bit better. Because I think I don't know, but I think he used to just try and bowl like... You know when Shane Warne would just bowl ripping leg spin just did stock delivery after stock delivery, just wearing you down. I think he tried to do that and he was just not consistent.
I think he started to bowl a lot more balls out the front of the hand.
He bowls like googlies and all sorts of stuff.
And I'm going to ask you this. If you're bowling at the front of the hand,
right,
would that potentially be able to stop the opportunities or the frequency of long hops?
Well,
because you're throwing it up.
I'm not really sure you can bowl leg spin out the front of your hand.
Well, he's kind of like he's monkey balling it, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't think that's such a thing.
Well,
off spin comes out. I don't know. If
he has a front of the hand delivery, though, doesn't he?
He might have one. I don't know what that would be. It would look ridiculous. But
the arm ball.
That's off spin.
The leggy's arm ball.
There isn't really one. There's like the top spinner, but that's not coming out of the front of your hand.
Karen
I
ball?
think he can bowl one where it's sort of a bit more fingery rather than wristy, and it looks more at the front, where he's bowling it more with his fingers rather than like bending his wrist round. But I think it's then harder to disguise your googly because your wrist has got to go. Anyway.
I learned a little bit of sign language yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I learned what firework is.
Yeah, go on.
Not that anybody can see that at home.
That's impressive.
But
that's a complicated sign. Basically, guys, if you want to know how to do firework, is you get your finger, you put it down sort of at your waist, wiggle it up a bit, and then make a little high five at the top.
Do you want me to sign what I can't. I've got a mic in my hand, but I knew how to do. Baby, you're a firework. I've got such a flat voice.
In sign language.
Yeah, that's baby.
Right.
Baby's putting your.
I'm not sure people are interested in this.
Firework is obviously.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Yeah.
Yes, leave it, mate.
Well, sorry. What I was going to ask you, Rashid's the last person to bowl there, which isn't the end of the world because the spinners would be. Obviously, Moeen does bowl before and bowl 7 more overs than him in the first innings. What do you think that does to Rashid's confidence? Which we could say Rashid is a confidence bowler. Actually, I probably think he is a confidence bowler.
He's done quite well, actually, bowling 10 overs.
Yeah,
his economy of 1.9.
His stats look good, but what do you reckon? And Moeen Ali's stats look good. 250 off 17, going for under 3 runs and over. What do you reckon that does though for Rash's?
I think he knows it. I think he knows what he's in the. I don't think he expects to be England's first bowler. I think he knows.
Well, then I don't know if Moeen Ali does. He tries to trick himself to say he's not.
No, Moeen Ali knows he's getting picked first to bowl. What's weird is that Mo's batting 3. They're using a batsman as their first line spinner, which makes it kind of worse now. They're not even trying to hide the fact that we're using a batsman as a spinner. I don't know. I just wonder whether we just actually don't have a spinner.
We don't.
So we just use. We're just admitting it.
I think it's an optical illusion.
We don't have a spinner. We use a number 3, but we've just decided now we're going to bat him at 3 as well.
Right. Do you want to move on to
what's happened to Leach? Well, what?
Injured and then unloved for the ECB.
He got 1 game, didn't he? Where he barely got bowled.
But then that Don Best came in, did well with the bat and the ball.
He didn't do well with the ball. He did well with the bat.
Yeah,
he got
did
a
well with
50.
the bat. Yeah,
You
Jack
can't-
Leach.
and we were, to be fair,
then-
we said you can't be picking our spinner on their batting.
But then, yeah, fair enough. But then saying that though, Jack Leach didn't come in again. Leach, Don Bess, and Mason Crane
Had one game.
all had. Did
Don Best might have had 2.
Did Jack Leach have more than one? I think he might have had 2.
No, Leach has had 1.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
If I Google it,
You can Google it. Google is it. Go on. I'm interested. Google his England career. Unless he had one years ago. I'm talking recently. I don't know if he's played for England before. But I think he had one game. I'm not even sure he bowled very much either.
But anyway, what I was going to say was, I'll find this stat. I'll just type his stats in now. Is that those 3 bowlers, even though Jack Leach is the bowler I want, I don't think Don Bess.
To be fair, we don't even know if we want him.
Yeah,
I want to have a look at him. He's been the best in the county championship, and we don't get to see him play for England.
I don't think Don Bess is a Test match bowler. I think Mason Crane's got a long way to go before Test match bowler.
Do you think that England selectors are scared to pick Moan as a batsman?
No, I think they've started to come to that. Right, so one Test, you are right.
Well, does it give you anything? Well, how many overs did he bowl?
He has bowled. He's bowled 306 balls. So what's that?
All right, he did bowl a bit.
6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
He bowled a bit then. Oh, sorry, I thought
almost 40 over. Well, 30 odd overs.
I thought he hadn't bowled at all. So like 15 overs in both innings. Not too much.
No, I suppose not. Guess how many wickets?
2.
2. And that was in one of the innings. 2 for 61 is best. Economy of 2.21 though. Anyway, that's not that important. What I'm saying is, none of those bowlers have been given an opportunity as much as Adil Rashid has.
No, you're right.
If Adil Rashid's our bowler, Adil Rashid's our bowler. I've got no real problem with that.
It's weird to pick him as well.
Yeah, I know, but
I've came out of the blue to pick him.
I've got no real problem with him, but just treat him as a bowler, and it'll be all right. Anyway, let's get on to the batting, shall we?
England second innings.
Alistair
What was
Cook,
our lead going into the second innings?
40.
40. Okay, that's nice, isn't it? Having 40 was your opening pair, and you're thinking Jennings, if he can do anything, we'll be all right. I'm being really harsh on him. Yeah. Cook. Is it a daddy? It's probably not a daddy.
Well, he is. I call him daddy.
If you go past 150, it's a daddy.
Yeah, but Cook
Do you
is.
think he's annoyed not getting? He's not annoyed.
Cook's
at that,
the granddaddy of cricket.
He's happy at getting past the ton.
I think he's.
That's incredible. Do you know how many England players have got a ton in their first and last innings for England?
He's the second.
He's the 5th.
Oh. Can you name the others?
I did know.
Nasser Hussain's one of them.
I did know what. Oh God.
Probably some really old bloke.
I can't think. No, I can't. There you go.
That's
such a cookie innings as well to finish.
Yeah. Did you want to? I don't know how.
He's probably scoring a little bit quick actually for him. What are you doing, mate? Just throwing stuff around and messing about with stuff.
Work.
Oh, do you know what? I would love to see you do karaoke.
Honestly,
in like a karaoke bar.
I was on holiday once, and where I was.
What is that? What are you doing?
It's a controller. It's the back of it's come off, so the batteries are falling out. So I'm playing with.
Why
batteries.
are you messing around with a controller? What's it a controller for?
I just swore.
Yeah, you shouldn't be swearing. It's a cricket podcast.
Live.
That's why we're not getting offers for stuff.
We are.
and that's why people don't like it.
I was wondering whether you wanted to talk about Cookie in detail, or maybe leave that for another podcast.
I think he's done enough that we should do it. We should dedicate a podcast to him.
Yeah, saying we love your Cookster.
Yeah, I think it's harsh to just
nuts for Cookster, nuts for KP. Cookie chucked KP out the team and everyone laughed.
Are you overly tired? Do you think?
Yes. Do you remember when Cookie showed KP the door?
It's a great last innings from Alistair.
Do you remember when KP thought he was the best player on the team, and then Cookie Straussy
I don't think Kevin Peterson ever thought he wasn't the best player in the team.
When Cookie, Stracey, Broady, Jimmy, Swanee, Priory all said, "No, we don't like you," and Ian Bell was still there going, "Oh, I like KP."
Yeah. Should we get on with this?
Yeah, yes, yeah. 147 by the
in
big
his
Cook
last
stuff.
innings for England.
And
That's
actually,
amazing.
it's quite funny because he starts to have a slug out at the end. But what a way to leave the international cricket, bro.
Amazing. Incredible.
Were you close to tears?
No. 389 minutes, 286 balls with 14 fours at a strike rate of 51.4. That's actually reasonably quick for Cookie in one of his monster innings.
He did try and have a bit of a slug towards the end.
Do you know what I like? It's probably, well, it is selfish, but that we watched his best series ever.
Yeah.
2011 Ashes in Australia.
Yeah.
He never did it before that, and he's never replicated it after.
Yeah, but
that
to
was
that
just,
extent.
but it was
crazy.
Unbelievable. Just every time he went out, it was like 100
Double
was standard.
Yeah.
Just 100, and then if he was going to get a double, and then if he go past 200, it was incredible. Yeah, insane innings, insane career, and a pretty cool way to finish it, especially against India, who are one of the strongest.
Well, here's a stat for you, Owen.
Right.
Alistair Cook 50 and 100 in his first test against India. He ends his last test with a 50 and 100 against India.
I think that's close to what I just said.
No, but you just said the 100 bit. You didn't say the 50 or the India bit.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay,
it's
good.
10 to 3 in the morning.
Jennings sneaks in a 10. Well done. Mo comes in with a 20. Slightly annoyed.
What's the deal with Jeno then?
What do you mean? There's no deal. I don't know.
Is he gone?
I don't know. I don't know who we've got to bring in. I think he would be if Cook was still about. I think Cook retiring is kept Jeno in the team.
What about if Cook doesn't retire?
Do you think he just goes, sack this off? I just scored loads of
I
runs.
think,
I just scored.
Did you ever watch the
200
Salford
runs.
City documentary?
The what?
The Salford City?
Yeah.
You know, they had two managers.
Mm-hmm.
I think England should have two managers, Cookie and Colley.
Why Collie?
Because he knows how to bat and bowl.
Yeah,
and
okay.
field.
We need to.
He quite literally
Moen
can have all
gets
of those
20.
jobs.
Slightly annoyed at Mo getting 20. I feel like getting 50 in the first innings. He's getting the opportunity in 3. I'd like to see him get a few more in his second innings, and that would confirm that he should be batting there. Do you want to put your mic down, mate? Turn it off, and I'll just do this.
What about Root actually making 100?
Yeah, I know. I don't know how long it's been since he made a Test match 100. It's been a while. Good innings as well. He played really well. It was cool that he got to be out there for
for
Cookie's 100. Although
I would have cried.
Roots, right, 65 strike rate, reasonably quick. It's sort of how when he was in form and making hundreds a lot, he used to do that sort of counter-attacking, run every other ball sort of innings. And he's a little bit slower than that, but he played really, really well. Johnny Bairstow.
What I was going to ask you about Cookie is not Cookie. Cookie's a god though.
Right, Root.
Is the Roots though? Is Rooty Wooty Tooty Rooty Rooty Tooty? I got a tweet saying this is the kick on. You know, this is going to kick him on. He's going to use this as a springboard and go on and make big runs again. He's found a way to get to 100.
Right.
And the hundreds are going to rain.
Okay.
What would you say back to that? What?
Oh, I don't know. I thought when he got those back-to-back hundreds,
my brain
in the
is
ODIs,
slowly shutting down.
Okay, but when you ask me a question, I'm answering it. Can you not interrupt me in the middle of me answering it?
Hello? Yeah, go on.
I thought when he got back-to-back hundreds in the ODIs against India,
You thought that might be
I thought that was going to be it. But then that didn't turn out to be the case. So we'll see. We'll see. Do you know where we're going who we're playing?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. So we'll
Sri
see.
Lanka, obviously.
It's probably not the best for
No,
him.
might be West Indies.
Anyway, wherever we go next, we'll see.
We're
I don't want to put too much thing. He scored 100, and it's been a while since he scored a Test match 100. But that must be nice for him. Johnny Bairstow, 18. He was in. We used to be on Johnny Bairstow about him being in form.
He was.
Like,
I looked at some stats, and he was before Wokes made that 100.
right.
Johnny Bairstow was the last person to make 100 for England.
Oh wow.
So,
But he seems to something. I don't know what's going on with him being the wiki, and then was he the wiki for this? Is he still? Is he, or is it Butler? I think it might be Butler now.
no Bairstow.
It's still Bairstow. Nice. Just give a good yawn into the mic.
His finger obviously
Oh yes.
healed up.
Yeah.
He had a poorly
Okay.
finger. Anyway, I think towards the back end, 420. Let's not concentrate on the wickets going down. Let's concentrate on England making a score past 400,
Yeah,
which
423 for 8, not even all out.
which is daft for us to be
Delightful.
celebrating. But been a long time since I can remember a 420, especially in English conditions.
Any conditions.
And I think I've spoken the importance of hundreds on this podcast.
Yeah.
I think that scorecard kind of reiterates that if somebody will get 100, there's a good chance somebody else will stay around for a big partnership. And Cookie was able to hit the 100, and then Ruti.
Do you think someone needs to score 100 to stay around?
But then I'm saying that other batsmen will stay around with that batsman. I think it's just naturally a good thing that's happening. Someone gets 100, it just changes the game.
I mean, yeah, 100s are good.
I think even 100's better than 80s. Even though I know the 20
Alright,
runs.
okay.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I see what you're saying.
I think 100's better than a 90. Even though, let's not think about the runs. Let's just think about how it's working.
I think it's such a massive mental thing of one player adding 100 runs to your score is huge. And if two people do it, then, people chipping in with 30s and 20s, it adds up real quick.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
This is get close to impossible. Right.
England set, what was that, 470 odd, 460 odd for India to win. And at one point, it looked like England were going to cruise the victory. But at another, it looked like India might take the game very close.
Wow, Jadeja bowled a lot of overs.
Yeah, but he was their start. He bowled 47 overs in the second England innings. 3 for 179. That's a lot of runs. Shami, 2 for 110. Shami, a very good bowler. Really enjoyed watching him this.
Bit expensive.
But then look at Vihari. He picks up 3 for 37 for some odd way. Anyway, let's get on to this Indian innings. Rahul, who...
My pick for since the 2020 when we watched him score that 100.
The ball that got Rahul out, that Rashid one, was better than any Shane Warne delivery I've ever seen.
That's not true. Not even close to true. It's not as well.
It's a scorcher.
It was a good leg spinning wicket. Shane Warne must have taken like 300 of them in his career.
It was like, do you know when Andrew Strauss got
No.
out to Shane Warne?
No,
No, listen
No.
to me. Why aren't you listening?
because it's not true. It's just
You know when Shane...
it's a standard leg spin delivery, and it's clipped the top of off stump, and people are now going mental.
But it's pitched like 14 miles outside leg.
Yeah, they are that wide. Right. It's a good ball. It's a good ball. I mean,
Adil
he should be
Rashid
coming
bowls ball
forward.
of the
Why-
century.
Why he's gone back to that, I don't know. But hey, he was on 149. He knows better than me.
Why has he gone round the wickets to get the footholds?
What's weird, I was speaking about this. My friend had county trials as a leg spinner when he was 14.
Me?
No, you've never played. And
You haven't got any friends.
good one. And when he had it, he had Shane Warne's coach. I can't remember his name, but he had Shane Warne's coach, and there was like 6 of them, leg spinners.
Yeah.
And he said for their training thing, first of all, he just wanted them to try and spin the ball as far as they possibly could. So my friend went round the wicket because there's like a...
And this was age
thing.
14, right?
Yeah, there's like a... I don't know, you can just spin it more. I think it's because it's going with the arm. The angle of the ball goes with the arm, so it turns more.
Okay.
And he flipped his shit, apparently.
Did he?
He's like, I never told you to go round the wicket. So my friend hates him just because of that.
What,
and
Warney?
Andy didn't get through. Not Warney, his coach. Anyway, just a little story for you there. Do you want to bring the scorecard back up, mate. Let's get back to it. So Raul, an impressive 149.
But it didn't start well for India, did it? India found themselves 2 for 3 when Kohli goes out for a golden duck.
Yeah.
Is this the best test match you've ever seen? A golden duck.
Is it the best test match I've ever seen? No.
So Jimmy Anderson breaks a record.
Quite satisfied.
Cookie
Kohli gets out for a golden duck in the last innings here.
Cookie gets a daddy turn and a daddy 50.
I think we agreed it wasn't, but yeah.
And Kohli gets a golden cracky.
Yeah, that's quite. I mean,
So
it's satisfying.
India find themselves 2 for 3 after Darwin and Pujara and Kohli all go cheaply. Wow.
I got something to ask you.
Those second innings, yeah.
Pant. You said he was rubbish.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you see him bat? I see. This just confirms to me because I watched the highlights of when they made their sort of effort on trying to. Raul and Pant did their stand of trying to do it.
Yeah.
And you said he's a rubbish batsman, doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. You agree with me?
Just from watching those highlights, and I know he did well, just shows me you don't know what you're looking at and have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it's easy to...
So just for everyone out there, when you say things like that, you've come up with that opinion just out of thin air.
It's easy
when you say a batsman doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't know how to bat.
It's easy to look at the highlights and someone makes 100 and make a big deal out of it.
No. You can watch the highlights.
I study
Jason
the game.
Gillespie when he got his double 100 against Bangladesh and go, this guy can't bat, but he's managed to get a score. Pant can bat. Watching it, technically, he's a good batsman. He makes some rash decisions and he goes after the ball a bit too hard, but the guy can bat. So I need to say that. I got a bit spooked, I did. I knew the result and I watched the highlights and watching him bat, I was like, hang on. I had to check it again whilst they were going on because I thought they were going to do it.
Did you get spooked when you thought Cookie might not retire?
No, but I was getting annoyed that Jimmy not getting the wicket. That's such a good wicket to break the record.
And it was obviously
just knock the middle pole out.
The last wicket. Let's have a look at this scorecard.
It annoys me they've got the camera in the middle stump.
Why?
Because it has the cable that goes into the ground and it doesn't fling out anymore. It just breaks into the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't get it going boom, 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 boom. Where they used to go flying. It holds it.
Once when I was playing. Rahane makes a 37, but it is all about Pant. It is all about Raul. They put on a massive partnership.
What a stand. It's just, for India, it's annoying because you need like one or two other people to chip in.
Well, you need to still go. It was about 5 runs and over, but Raul and Pant.
They were doing it.
I see a partnership.
They were having a really good go.
Over 200 before Rahul goes. And then Pant shortly follows. And then when you knew when he went, there was no chance. And you got to just say, well done to Rashid for getting Raul, ball of the century, and then for getting Pant, second ball of the century. So fair play to Rash, I think. Obviously, the headlines were grabbed by Jimmy Anderson, who is now the leading fast bowler, or
that's insane.
Non-spinner, if you like, wicket taker in the world. Goes past Glenn McGrath, and let's be honest, he's a much better bowler than Glenn McGrath. Glenn McGrath was backed up by Warney. The pressure was on. Jimmy Anderson has been backed up by Gareth Batty at times. So, what does that tell you? And Ashley Giles. Do we just think about how long Jimmy Anderson has been playing for? He played with Nasser Hussain.
Did he?
Yeah.
Not in test matches.
One of those.
No, he didn't.
I might have just made that stat up.
Yeah, he definitely did because he wasn't playing in 2005.
Yeah, but
so
no.
I'll
Google
played
it
some
then.
ODIs, I think.
I'll Google
in 2005.
I shall Google it.
Because I think it was between James Anderson and someone else for
I'm pretty sure he's played.
And they didn't pick him.
People at home who already know the answer will be swaying either way. 2003 made his debut. 2002 made his ODI. So I think
But he wasn't playing with Nasser Hussain.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Do we have to? Do we actually care?
Well, you keep on saying I'm wrong, so Here we
I
go.
think you are wrong.
It says under nicknames. This is the next thing. It says made debut with Nas.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say it anywhere, and you can't be bothered to find it because it's not there.
It is there.
It's not true. You're just scrolling through. No.
Early life and personal life.
Oh my god.
Nasser, a good friend.
Okay, this is. Should we finish?
No.
It's a really good test match.
Well, we got to talk. We have to
done
talk
really
about
well.
Jimmy, don't we? Before we
He's incredible.
give up the ghost.
He's incredible. He's not going to catch Shane Warne, the best bowler ever.
What's he on now?
So-
5 something.
460
No,
something.
he's not. He's over 500.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you want to look it up?
No, I think he's 5. I think he's only got 50, 60 more to get.
I'm not sure it's over 500.
Yeah, he's got over 500. I'll do it. I don't mind.
How many did Shane Warne take?
600. Wait, over. No, is it 700 in the end? 600. But Shane Warne's not the best bowler ever, is he? So.
He is, yeah.
But then Murali,
Yeah, well, I mean...
564 wickets for Jimmy Anderson.
564. Wow.
18 in T20, which that needs that we're looking at really.
Yeah, that's insane.
Jimmy Anderson has played Test cricket for now longer than I can care to remember.
15 years.
So it's 3:15 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Well, 3:05.
Um,
And we just want to say thanks.
I mean, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for Dave's lackluster effort. I'm sure you'll comment about it, seeing as you don't get off my back about it.
Well, I've got natural charisma.
No, you don't.
Like when I'm tired, that natural charisma is always there. It just helps me get through the tough times.
You're
I can't
barely
speak
speaking properly. Okay.
Nah, let's
Well,
stay
guys,
on.
listen.
Hey,
There's
join
lots.
us on radio.
Dave's putting a lot of effort into the Moneyball, and he's just spending all his time editing. So those are going to be out soon.
What I'm going to do is, like, Netflix, they bring it all out one go. That's what I'm going to do.
Look forward to those, and look forward to a rainy day podcast coming to you on a channel you know soon. Do us a favour, subscribe, tell a mate, and press the bell. And if you want, you could tweet us at Long Hop Cricket Podcast at Twitter, www.don'tbowlitshort.com. Also, I'd like to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes can't bowl. Wikipedia /
Join us
Fight
next
Club.
week where we have a special guest, Kevin Peterson.